7 signs that someone is secretly manipulating you. Have you ever felt something was wrong, but you couldn't explain it? You make a decision, but deep down you feel like it wasn't entirely your choice. You start to doubt your memories, your thoughts, and even yourself. The truth is, psychological manipulation isn't always obvious. It doesn't appear as blatant control or direct pressure. Instead, it's subtle, gentle, and often comes from the people you trust the most. And sometimes you might be being manipulated right now without even realizing it. Here are some important signs to help you identify it. The first sign is when someone makes you start doubting yourself. You clearly remember an event, you're certain of your feelings, but when you voice them, they deny it. That didn't happen, or you're just imagining it. Initially, you believe in yourself, but gradually you begin to hesitate. You wonder if your memory is wrong or if you're being too sensitive. This is a very common form of manipulation, where the other person doesn't directly change the truth, but makes you doubt how you perceive it. When this happens repeatedly, you gradually lose confidence in yourself. The second sign is that they make you feel guilty for no apparent reason. There's no need for shouting or arguing. Sometimes just a gentle remark is enough to make you feel wrong. For example, "I think you'll understand," or "It's okay, I'm used to it." Such statements don't directly accuse you, but they create a very clear sense of guilt. You start apologizing even though you're not sure what you did wrong. Over time, you tend to take more blame, avoid conflict, and try to please them to avoid that unpleasant feeling. The third sign is subtle control. No one orders you what to do, but somehow you frequently change your behavior, thoughts, or decisions to suit their desires. They might comment on how you dress, how you speak, or your life choices. Everything is presented as for your benefit. Gradually, you no longer recognize your own desires and the influence of others. The next sign is that they gradually distance you from those around you. They might say that your friends aren't good for you or that your family doesn't really understand you. These words sound caring, but they inadvertently cause you to have less contact with loved ones. As other relationships narrow, you begin to depend more on that person. They become your primary source of support and the biggest influence on your thinking. Another sign is their erratic mood swings. There are times when they are very warm, caring, and affectionate, but then they become cold and distant for no apparent reason. This change leaves you feeling confused. You start overthinking, wondering what you did wrong and trying to get back to the good state. This can create a vicious cycle where you constantly try to get their approval or the same treatment as before. The sixth sign is that they often put themselves in the victim's position. In many situations, regardless of where the problem originates, they're the ones who suffer. Even when they behave inappropriately, they may make you feel like you're the one who caused the problem. This makes you easily feel guilty and inclined to protect them instead of viewing the situation objectively. Finally, one of the clearest signs is feeling mentally exhausted. You think more than usual, feel anxious or stressed even without a specific reason. You might feel drained, uncomfortable, and not like yourself anymore. This feeling doesn't appear suddenly but builds up over time, and it's often a signal that something in your relationship or environment is unhealthy. Psychological manipulation isn't always easy to recognize. It's not loud or obvious, but often happens subtly and continuously. However, recognizing these signs is the first step to better understanding what you're going through. When you start asking questions, start observing and listening to your own feelings, you're gradually regaining control. If you find this content helpful, please share it so more people can recognize similar signs. And, most importantly, remember this: Understanding psychology not only helps you understand others, but also helps you protect yourself.